Africa is making remarkable progress in the automobile sector, and it's happening in ways that many might not have expected. While the rest of the world is used to seeing the continent as a place that imports vehicles from other regions, a silent revolution is taking place. Engineers, innovators, and companies across Africa are reshaping the automotive industry with groundbreaking advancements that could transform transportation, not just locally but globally. One of the most astonishing developments comes from Zimbabwe, where an electric vehicle operates using only radio frequencies. Yes, you heard correctly. This car doesn't rely on fuel or even batteries. Instead, it harnesses energy from radio waves. The concept sounds like something straight out of a futuristic novel, but it's a real innovation that has the potential to challenge everything we know about powering vehicles. If such a breakthrough proves scalable, it could spell the end of expensive fuel and battery reliance, making transportation more accessible to people everywhere. The evolution of Africa's automotive sector goes beyond just conceptual innovations. Some nations are now producing cars that are not just assembled from foreign kits, but are designed and built entirely on African soil. In places like Ghana, Nigeria, and Uganda, local manufacturers are developing automobiles suited for the region's unique landscapes and climate. Companies such as Kantanka in Ghana and Inasan in Nigeria are manufacturing vehicles with durable bodies, ensuring they can withstand rough terrains and high temperatures better than many imported brands. These cars are tailored for Africa's road conditions, offering long-lasting solutions where traditional vehicles struggle. The push for electric vehicles is another area where Africa is making significant strides. While many developed nations are still finding ways to transition away from gasoline-powered cars, African engineers are already creating sustainable alternatives. In nations like Kenya and Rwanda, electric motorcycles are becoming increasingly popular, helping to cut down pollution in busy cities. These battery-powered bikes are not only environmentally friendly, but also cost-effective, providing a cheaper alternative to conventional fuel-powered transport. Perhaps one of the most exciting inventions in recent years is the Zimbabwean car that functions using radio waves. The very idea challenges conventional knowledge of automotive engineering. Unlike traditional electric or fuel-powered cars, this vehicle derives its energy from radio frequencies, eliminating the need for charging stations or fuel pumps. If this technology can be implemented on a larger scale, it has the potential to revolutionize transportation by making energy costs nearly non-existent. However, skeptics argue that such a concept defies existing scientific principles, and more tests are needed to determine its long-term viability. But the fact that African inventors are daring to explore such radical ideas speaks volumes about the level of creativity and ambition emerging from the continent. In addition to innovation in vehicle functionality, Africa is also pioneering the use of sustainable materials in automobile manufacturing. Instead of relying on costly imported components, some manufacturers are turning to locally available resources. For instance, bamboo and other natural materials are being utilized to construct car frames. Bamboo, known for its strength and lightweight properties, enhances fuel efficiency while reducing production expenses. This approach makes cars more affordable for consumers who may not have the means to purchase imported models. One of the biggest obstacles facing vehicle owners in Africa is the steep cost of fuel. With gasoline and diesel prices fluctuating and often reaching unaffordable levels, alternative energy sources are becoming a necessity. Some inventors have discovered ways to modify traditional cars to run on biofuels derived from plants, while others are experimenting with solar-powered vehicles. Given Africa's abundant sunshine, solar technology holds immense potential for transforming transportation. In fact, certain countries have already begun testing solar-powered buses that generate electricity through roof-mounted panels as they travel. If widely adopted, these eco-friendly buses could drastically lower transportation costs, benefiting the vast majority of the population who depend on public transit. A significant challenge for Africa's automotive industry has always been the absence of large-scale manufacturing plants. Unlike regions such as North America, Europe, and Asia, many African countries lack the industrial infrastructure needed to produce cars at mass levels. However, this situation is changing. Governments are collaborating with private investors to establish local automobile factories, reducing dependence on foreign imports. Nations like South Africa and Morocco have already positioned themselves as major players in car production, exporting vehicles to various parts of the world. The rise of Africa's automotive industry is about more than just economic growth. As more cars are manufactured within the continent, employment opportunities are expanding. The development of assembly lines, design workshops, and repair centers is providing jobs to thousands of engineers, mechanics, and factory workers. This shift not only strengthens the local economy, but also nurtures a new generation of professionals with specialized skills in automotive engineering and production. Technology is playing a key role in shaping transportation across Africa. Startups are leveraging artificial intelligence and mobile applications to make commuting easier and more efficient. Ride-hailing services, which operate through smartphone apps, are becoming increasingly common in major cities. Some of these services are integrating electric and solar-powered vehicles into their fleets, making urban transport more sustainable. Despite these advancements, Africa's car industry still faces considerable hurdles. One of the main challenges is the high cost of production, as many components are still imported, driving up manufacturing expenses. Additionally, competition from well-established international brands poses a threat to local manufacturers. These global companies have been operating in Africa for decades, making it difficult for new players to carve out their market share. However, African automakers are finding ways to overcome these obstacles by focusing on affordability, durability, and innovation. The world is starting to take notice of Africa's potential in the automotive sector. International corporations are no longer viewing the continent solely as a market for selling vehicles. Instead, they are recognizing it as a center of creativity and technological advancement. Some global brands have even formed partnerships with African manufacturers to develop models specifically designed for the region's needs. Africa is not just keeping up with global trends in the car industry, it is setting new ones. From fully indigenous car production to groundbreaking energy solutions, the continent is proving that it has the talent and ingenuity to compete on the world stage. The next time you think about the future of transportation, don't just look toward the usual automotive powerhouses. Keep your eyes on Africa, where the next revolutionary innovation in mobility may already be taking shape.